Hello, everybody. So we got a request for our intro to turn down the loud thunderclap at the Buy Me a Coffee logo. I did ask a couple of people about that. I said, is this too loud? Is this obnoxiously loud? And they said no. But yeah, we can turn it down. It is loud. And I knew that. That's why I asked. I should never listen to others, except those that are right. Anyway, we are going to be looking at the Jailhouse Informants today that testified in Donna Adelson's trial. Sentencing. Did everybody see that? I think my favorite point was when the Harvey Adelson called the judge corrupt and fat. Actually, it was more, no, what did he say? It was like a biased judge and jury from an idiot town. Oh, it was great. And then Donna went on to her no empathy statement, re-arguing her case. That was hilarious until Judge Everett almost shut it down with his comment. What was it? You're free to carry on, but the court is free to take note of the total lack of remorse that you are displaying. Oh. And they asked for leniency. They said, hey, 30 years, how about 3 for the consecutive charges? And the judge said, we could do that, but we're not going to. We choose not to. We want the max. Yeah, all in all, it was pretty good. And it may be the last we ever see. Of Crazy Donna. So I thought we were going to get straight into the jailhouse witnesses, but then I saw that there's a short witness just before that I'd completely forgotten. The whole trial is a fog to me. So it's only about 15 minutes. Let's check out that guy, see what he has to say. Welcome back, Brian Faircloth, and everybody else who isn't in chat yet, but they will come. This one.
Everyone can be seated. As a jury, I hope you had an enjoyable lunchtime. State, please call your next witness.
State calls Detective Grossman.
The Tallahassee Grossmans. It's funny, isn't it? Lynn Grossman, Wendy's friend that picked up the boys on murder day. Lynn and Alan Grossman, and now Detective Grossman.
Please raise your right hand, Detective. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
I do.
You may take your seat.
Thank you.
Please speak loudly and clearly.
Please say your name and spell your name.
Sure. Jonathan Grossman, Jonathan, Grossman.
How are you employed?
I'm a police detective with the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been with the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office?
I've been with the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office since January of 2011.
What about before that?
I was a police officer with the Miami-Dade Schools Police Department since 2004.
All right. And were you called upon to assist in a murder case that happened here in Tallahassee?
I was.
All right. Were you asked to assist with the search warrant of the defendant's residence?
I was.
Where is that residence?
It's located at 2127 Brickell Avenue, apartment 1602.
All right. And when was the search warrant conducted?
November 14th, 2023.
As part of the search warrant, did you take photos of the residence?
Yes, photographs were taken.
All right, I'm going to show you some of those, which I've marked as 143 through 163. Just take a moment to look through those.
Black Eagle. Black Eagle says Wendy next. Oh yeah? What, you think they should arrest her? Maybe. If she was involved. Can you believe there's people still saying that? Do you think maybe she knew? Where have these people been? We don't know. Somewhere different. Somewhere quiet. Yeah, what do you think Wendy's doing right now? Yeah? What do you think she's doing right now? I think she's opening champagne. You know, real champagne from France. I love the idea people try to paint of Wendy Adelson panicking. Oh, she sold the house. Oh, she's going to flee. Oh, she's changing her name. No. This is nothing new. Donna was panicking. That's different. That's completely different. Anyway, we'll see, I guess, right? I mean, she's been sentenced now, so, prosecutor's office is all, not tied up. Detectives, they don't have anything to do. We'll see. Be great, wouldn't it? If it was the same day. I think it should be November 13th. Just like Donna. Yeah, I really don't know what Detective Grossman has for us. It was just a short witness before we get to the jailbirds. I thought we'd put it on, but he's just shuffling papers like that Zellman.
Yes.
Are they fair and accurate photos of the residents as it appeared that day?
Yes.
At this time, I'd ask to move into evidence 143 through 163.
An objection.
Objection.
States 143 through 163 are admitted.
May I
Please
publish?
silence all devices. Yes, you may publish.
Oh, yeah. David Anderson Kirk says, I feel bad for all of us sitting through Jackie's whatever that was. What the statement, I suppose, that she made at the sentencing? Yeah. I don't even remember what that was. It was so peculiar and in bad taste. I mean, these people really think that by saying the worst tragedy, Judge Everett, is those boys that will now grow up without a dad. Well, yeah, we agree. That's why we're giving her the max. Because she did it, right? They think by acting like that they think it's a tragedy that they would never do it, when actually they didn't give a fuck. So, it really is weak. And I would think for whatever money they're spending on those two, trial attorneys there that have worked and studied and reviewed and rehearsed, consulted, all of the work that must go into this defense. That's the best they could do. Amazing. Chelsea Myers, hello.
Publishing states 144. Is it a condominium located in a high-rise?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And States Exhibit 145.
Yeah, what did everyone think of Harvey's suit? Brown jacket, gray tie. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst in the world. But yeah, I really wish that Judge Everett had just let it run. He went up there with 3 fucking pages of notes and read, what, 2 paragraphs? You could tell that he was building up to something good. He'd already called the judge biased and the jury idiots. Where was he going next? Kappelman. He didn't get to Kappelman. I really hope he records it. You know, his main quarrel was with social media. So take your fight there, Harvey. Go to the YouTubes. Go to the other platforms. Twitter Live. X Live. Make your point. I want to hear it.
It's kind of the view from the entrance to the residence.
Yes, ma'am. That would be closest to the front door, looking in.
And did you observe some luggage there in the residence?
Contemptuous, screaming asshole. Yeah. That's his superpower. Harvey Adelson has always been able to let out a contemptuous scream from his asshole.
I guess toward the entryway.
Yes, there was luggage.
States 147. Why this won't focus for us? Seems to be better when it's zoomed in. Or not. States 148.
Well, this isn't
Use
very
the
good,
luggage
is it?
tags.
Yes.
Luggage tags, okay. Oh yeah, I remember.
Consistent with destination Saigon by way of Dubai.
Yes, ma'am.
He's the one who was conducting the search of the residence, that's right.
States Exhibit 150. As part of the search warrant, did you see some camera equipment?
Yes, we did.
Interview.
Look at that second-hand camera. It's not even got a screen that folds out. I mean, they would travel. It wasn't even. Well, it was no. I was going to say it was 2014, but of course this is from 2023. 2 years ago. Where did you get that camera, Harvey? Christmas 1999?
Did you also take possession of...
And how is that important to pack on your flea mission? We've got to make sure we get out of the country. But while we're there, we might take some snaps.
Some visas. Publishing States 149. Vietnam visas?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Approach and show you what's been marked as States 129 and 130.
Yeah, right, Chancy. I think she's at least 2 bottles in of champagne. She popped the first one at the beginning of Donna's sentencing. Absolutely. She's a glugger. 3-bottle Wendy.
Are those the visas that were seized?
Yes.
In whose name are those visas?
One is Harvey Adelson, and the other is Donna Adelson.
Are those in the same or substantially the same condition as they were when you seized them?
Yes, sir.
Move into evidence 129 and 130, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection.
129 and 130 are admitted.
Publishing States Exhibit 146. Did you seize this day planner?
We did.
Is this planner, is this how it was, open like this when you found it?
Yes, it was.
Approaching the States 59 and 59A. Showing you 59 first. Is that the day planner that you see that's pictured on the screen there?
Yes, it is.
Is it in the same or substantially the same condition as when you compounded it?
Yes.
Judge, at this time, I'd ask to move into evidence states 59.
Any objection?
I'm sorry. Strike that. I wasn't moving it in. 59A served, showing you that now. The intention, Judge, is just to have 59 identified and 59A admitted. Sir, 59A, have you had an opportunity to examine it?
I recall part of it from the 59.
Okay, and does 59A contain fair and accurate copies of pages from 59?
From what it appears, yes.
This time I'd ask to move to evidence 59A.
Any objection?
Objection.
59A is admitted.
Publishing states 143. Was this note present there at the
Ugly luggage. I love that. Ugly luggage. Just as a just how it sounds. Might be a good name for a business. Yeah. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing people obsessed with their image than looking down and seeing ugly luggage. Right?
residence?
It was.
Where was this note found?
It was found on the floor in one of the bedrooms.
Okay, and it appears to be offering some information about an M11 gun to be sold.
Correct.
Larry Foreman, eh? I'll write it down.
Yeah, you did say the date of that the search was conducted, but in case anybody missed it, will you say it again, please?
Sure, November 14th, 2023.
No further questions, Judge.
Cross-examination.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Came all the way from Miami.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry about that. You indicated that the search was done on November the 14th of 2023. What time of day did you get there?
I'm starting to think that Jackie Fulford must be AI, because she always does this thing. I know lawyers love to have their prose, right? Prose. But Jackie, it seems too computed. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned that you were at the residence on what date did you say you were there? It's the same every time, especially her first question. Then there's about 3 or 4 different variations. Even the variations, the formula to make it sound natural, like AI, that's what AI does. It mixes it up.
I think we arrived around 1:15, 1:30, and I think we
Let's
exited.
just hear the first question again, because it's spooky. She's a computer. Why does she go round
Good afternoon.
the back?
Good afternoon.
Came all the way from Miami.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry about that.
And there's always this sort of, rapport build question at the beginning, right? And then an apology for something. Just to soften the tone.
You indicated that the search was done on November the 14th of 2023. What time of day did you get there?
I think we arrived around 1:15, 1:30, and I think we executed the warrant around 2:30.
PM?
Yes.
And who was present?
It was myself, Sergeant Michael Scott, Sergeant Paul Villaverdi, Detective David Denmark, and there were members of our priority response team.
Okay. Was any of the occupants, were they present?
Yes, Mr. Harvey Adelson was present.
Okay. And you had a search warrant with certain things you were permitted to obtain. So were you involved in the search yourself, or you were just in charge of?
Yeah, our team. I was the affiant on the warrant, and then our team assisted with my team assisted with the search.
Okay. Was it a thorough search?
I mean, well, yeah, we were looking for certain things. We had an electronics canine dog also come to assist, and we conducted the search.
What does an electronics canine dog do?
Searches for electronic devices.
And did the dog find anything?
I don't remember specifically if there was anything the dog identified to. He may have hid in the closet area where a laptop was.
Okay. And are they trained to get battery operated and like plugged in electronic devices?
I'm not too sure what the level of training. I'm not a handler.
Did you see the dog in the closet? You said it alerted to something in the closet?
No, I said I believe he alerted to a laptop that was in the closet. I'm just going off of memory.
Did you observe that?
No.
Did not. Okay. All right. Let me see here just a second. Did you make a list of the items that were seized?
There are a series of property receipts that were prepared after.
Okay. Based on the search warrant that you got, every search warrant has some kind of limitations, although when you read them, it doesn't really seem that limited. But in this case, you were able to search anything that was there, electronic, paper, sticky notes, etc., if it had the evidence that you, in your search warrant, you had sought to look at, correct?
Correct.
And that would have been financial records, asset ownership records, etc., etc.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Were you the one responsible for making sure that each area that was within the home was searched?
Ultimately, our team does that. So it's kind of an effort by everybody that was involved in the search itself.
Okay.
So I would say, as a group, yes, the apartment was searched.
Okay. And you're allowed to go into, you can open drawers, you can open boxes, you can open dressers, all of those things, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. May I approach the witness? Thank you. I'm going to show you what's already been introduced into evidence as State's Exhibit 160. Does that appear to be one of the photographs of one of the closets that was searched?
Yes, ma'am.
And 157 that's been entered of the State's, does that also appear to be?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And looking at in Exhibit 157, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get in your personal space.
No, you're good.
Okay. In 157, this appears to be female clothing here, correct?
It does.
And on the left-hand side, it looks like blouses on the top, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Jackets on the bottom, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then on the right-hand side, you can see some dresses that are hanging up, correct?
Appears to be, yes.
Okay. And on 160, does that, take your time looking at it, but does that show any electronic devices in that particular closet?
If you look towards the end, you see a USPS box, and there will be a laptop underneath.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Not that's jumping out at me right now.
I got really bad eyesight because I'm old.
See that little light under there? Underneath that blouse?
Okay.
Does that appear to be something electronic?
It could be.
Is it a light that's on?
I see a dot there. I'm not.
Okay. Did you all Excuse me. Do you recall as part of the search going through a safe?
No,
So there would be no pictures of the safe that was present in the home?
I don't recall pictures of the safe, no.
If there is a safe with your search warrant, you have the right to go into it, correct? To look for the items that are authorized to get in the search warrant?
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
Okay. If someone there had located the safe, you would document that with pictures as well?
I believe so,
Okay.
yes.
And what time did you say you left?
I don't recall
You don't recall?
what time we left. It might have been 3-something.
3-something? So you were there at least a couple of hours?
By the time I believe we executed the warrant around 2:23, maybe 2:20 p.m. So we left probably about an hour later, I think.
Okay. And, gosh, I just lost my train of thought. When you went and executed the search warrant, were you kind of aware about the general facts in this case, what the allegations were?
Yes.
Was this your first assignment on the case?
No.
What else had you done on the case?
In 2015, we assisted with the case.
Okay. I believe you maybe did some searching of the Prius.
I did.
Okay. Were you aware that there was an allegation that there were stacks of $100 bills that were in groups of 10, which would be 1,000 if my math is still correct, and they were stapled together? Were you aware of that?
I've heard that during the course of the investigation.
If you had found that inside the apartment, would you have documented that?
Probably.
Just 1 second, please. One of the photographs that the state entered, and I'll go get it if you don't remember it, but one of them that they entered had some luggage. You remember that picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you all search the luggage?
I don't believe we entered the bag, no.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing further.
Redirect.
No, Your Honor.
You may step down, detective. Will he be recalled?
No, sir.
You are released.
Okay, we're going to move on.
Have a good day.
Move on to the jailhouse. I forget the names. I guess we'll find out.
Please call your next witness.
I think one of them was called Braveheart. The second witness, the white one, Braveheart, or something.
Trisha Bird.
No. Like the boss, Care Bear. Do you remember that, Braveheart? I don't know what he had on his belly. I think it was blue. And oh no, it was the lion Care Bear, right? A lion Care Bear with a mane and a rainbow on his belly, but we're sidetracked.
Fucking A, bro. I'm gonna fucking fuck up whoever the fuck you fucking with me.
Boom.
Please raise.
Thank you, Chancey Myers, for the 5 cups on buymeacoffee.com/True Crime Metrix. Much appreciated, Chancey. Was there a message? I don't think there was a message, but we'll check.
Raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes.
You may take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly. Tell Brandon if you can adjust the microphone for her if she needs it.
Will you tell us your name?
It's another prisoner with some complicated, intricate hair pattern going on. Nothing but time, baby.
And spell it for the court reporter, please.
Patricia Bird.
Thank you.
P-A-T-R-I-C-I-A. Bird, B-Y-R-D.
And are you in custody at Leon County Jail?
Yes.
Are you in
Everybody's
custody
heard about
for
the
violating your probation on a felony case?
Yes.
And is it your understanding that for that felony case, if you were convicted as charged, that you could receive up to 15 years in prison for that felony?
Yes.
And is that felony that you're in custody for, is that the only felony that you've been convicted of?
Yes. I have a pending case.
Thank you. So do you also have another pending case?
Yes.
That you haven't been convicted of yet, but it is still pending?
Yes.
God, that'd suck, wouldn't it? You're already in jail, serving time, but you've got a pending case that you will be sentenced for later. Real way to extend the light at the end of the tunnel, you know. We don't know. I'm in now for a certain amount of time, but then there'll be more, and we don't know how long. God, that'll be so annoying. At least if you've got your sentence and you're set, it's like every day is another day towards your completion, right? But without that knowledge, obviously you know that there's a max and a minimum, but it just feels so fucking limbo, right?
And that pending case, is that case in Wakulla County?
Yes.
For that case, if you're convicted as charged in that case, could you receive up to 5 years in prison for that case?
Yes.
Okay. And the one that you're in custody on from Leon County is the only felony you've been convicted of then?
Yes.
Have you received any offer or promises in exchange for your testimony in this case?
No.
Were you in custody with Donna Adelson?
Yes, I was.
For about how long?
Maybe about 6 or 7 months.
And was this at Leon County Jail?
Yes.
Were you and Donna Adelson in the same pod?
Yes.
What does that mean?
We're in the same, it's a open pod, it's an open bay where a lot of bunk beds are together.
Okay, so a lot of women are in there together.
Yes.
Okay, so you sleep in the same room as some of these women.
Yes.
And how close did you sleep to Donna Adelson?
Right next to her.
All right, and if you're in the same pod, do you have your meals together with the other women in the pod?
Yes.
Do you have like your downtime where you're watching TV or reading or writing, all those things together with the same women in the pod?
Yes.
When you were in the same pod with Donna Adelson for those months, did you become friendly with her?
Yes.
How often would you talk to her?
Every day, all day.
Who else was she close to in the pod?
Drina Bernhardt.
Okay. Did she have a couple of other people she was close to as well?
Yes.
Were you and Drina the closest?
Yes.
To her, I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Once you and Donna Adelson became close friends, did she ever talk to you about her pending case, this case?
She did.
When y'all would have those conversations, did you ever outright ask her whether she did what she's accused of?
I did.
And what did she say to that?
She said she did. It was to keep her grandkids, but it wasn't supposed to go that far.
Okay, so she said she did do it, and she did it to keep her grandkids.
Yes.
But she didn't expect it to go this far.
Yes.
Did Donna Adelson ever ask if you were ever in custody with a woman named Catherine McBanois?
Yes, she did.
And were you ever in custody with Catherine McBanois?
Yes.
Was that several years ago?
Yes, ma'am.
And about how long were you in custody with McBanois for?
About a year or two.
Now, did you tell Donna Adelson that? Did you let her know that you had been in custody with McBanois?
Yes.
Since you had been in custody with McBanois, once Donna Adelson knew that, what did Donna Adelson want you to do?
She wanted me to say that Ms. Beaumont told me when we killed him, I knew my boyfriend's parents had money.
Okay, so basically, she and some other people did this crime, and they did it because her boyfriend's parents had money.
Yes.
Who did she want you to tell that to?
She wanted me to tell it to whoever came up and asked me about it, and the investigators.
Okay. Did she offer you anything in exchange for you providing that information?
Yes.
What did she offer you?
A trailer and some land, and she would have her husband fix my teeth.
Okay. So, like, if you got out of custody, she'd help you buy a trailer and land?
Yes.
And that her husband could fix your teeth?
Yes.
Like veneers?
Yes.
Now, was any of that true as far as did Mag Benoit ever say those things to you?
No, she did not.
Did Donna Adelson give you other gifts while in custody?
Yes.
Like what?
She would buy canteen and she would bring it over to my bed.
What's canteen?
Canteen is food that we buy off commissary.
Okay. It's kind of like chips and candy and other things that
and
you...
noodles and stuff like that.
Okay. But it costs money to buy those things?
Yes.
Okay. But she would buy those or extra and she'd give it to you?
Yes.
Now, did you ever speak to her attorneys or investigators who came to the jail to see what information that you had?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember whether you spoke to a man or a woman?
It was a woman.
Did you tell them the information you told us today?
I did.
Did you tell them that that information that Meg Benoit said was true or not true?
It was not true.
Okay, but that Donna Adelson wanted you to say that?
Yes, ma'am.
Who else did those people for the defense who came to see who may have information, who else did they speak to?
They spoke to Lindsay Knight and Brittany Purcell and Cassidy Conroy.
Did they speak to Drina Bernhardt?
Yes, they did.
Did you tell your attorney what was going on as far as Donna Adelson wanting you to provide this information that was not true?
I'm not sure if I told him.
I'm talking about your attorney.
My attorney?
Yeah. Did you tell your attorney at some point?
Yes.
Okay. Once you told your attorney that, did an investigator from the state attorney's office come speak to you to get more information about what happened?
They did.
And did you tell him everything that you told us today?
I did.
Just a second. No further questions.
Cross-examination.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
It's a special kind of accent that Miss Bird has, isn't it? I mean, it's more than the South. You know, it reminds me of, you know, those movies, period movies where you've got slaves, you know? Like it's South, but it's extra South, right? It's the slave accent. I mean, you know, I hope no one finds that offensive, but it really is. That's how the slave characters talk in the movies. Oh, David's offended.
Good afternoon.
You testified that you spoke with a investigator,
David.
a woman. Was the woman white or black?
She was black.
Okay. Do you remember testifying in a hearing on this matter a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember saying that she was white?
Yes.
Oh, it's
I was
Georgian.
confused.
Okay.
You were confused by the question, or you were confused about the race of the investigator that you spoke with?
It was about the question.
Okay.
You know what I was saying earlier about shirts and ties and patterns? I mean, it's almost possible. Just not quite.
And isn't it true that you also spoke with a male investigator last August?
Yes.
Okay. And that was about less than a month after you moved into the pod with Miss Adelson?
To the next part with Miss Adelson.
No, we're talking in originally. That was about a month after you moved into the pod with Miss Adelson.
Yes.
Okay. And you spoke with that first investigator, the male.
Yes.
Okay. And it's your testimony that at that point in time, Miss Adelson had already offered you money, land, and a trailer.
Yes.
Okay. And you told that to that first investigator.
I did.
Okay. So on August, I believe it was August 30th of 2024, your testimony is that you told the first investigator, the man, about that offer.
I did.
Okay. Did you also tell him that the information that you were saying about Miss Magbanawa was false?
I did.
All of it?
I did.
Okay. Isn't it true that you've also testified that in fact Miss Magbanawa was manipulative?
I did.
Is that true?
It is.
Now you testified that my client admitted doing it and that it was to keep her grandkids, but it wasn't supposed to go that far.
Correct.
Okay. Now, isn't it true that the only thing that she did was write checks to Miss Magbanawa?
I'm not sure.
Isn't that what she told you?
Not sure.
Haven't you previously said that Miss Adelson, my client, did not plan the murder?
Correct.
How many times did you meet with an investigator from the any of the defense attorneys in this case?
Could you repeat the question?
How many times have you met with an investigator from any of the defense attorneys' offices?
Twice.
Okay.
So it's a rural thing.
Remember previously testifying that someone from the defense attorney's office came 4 or 5 times?
No, I did not.
How many times did a female investigator come to speak with you?
Once.
Do you remember testifying previously that you said a female investigator came twice?
If I said that, then that's what it was.
Can I get a page and marker on that, please?
I don't have it.
I would object to proper impeachment.
Please show the witness the prior statement or testimony so she can explain, deny, or admit?
Just a moment, Your Honor. I'll refer you, I believe it's the April 1st or 2nd interview with Investigator Newland and Pat Sanford at the Leon County Detention Center, page 20. And we'll start with the female investigator, lines 16 through 18. May I approach the witness?
You may.
Can you just read that to yourself, please?
Michelle. Michelle's back. Everybody say hi to Michelle.
Did you say something differently when you first met with the representative of the state attorney's office?
I did.
Okay. So, when you first met with the state attorney's office representatives and Special Agent Sanford, when asked how many times the defense investigators come to see you, you said 4 or 5, correct?
Correct.
And then how many times did the female investigator come to speak?
Have they said what her charges were? Can we look that up? Patricia Bird. I forget what... I think that's been mentioned somewhere. I just don't remember.
You said twice.
Correct.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ms. Bird, you've testified that you were incarcerated with my client for 6 to 7 months. How much of that time were you actually sleeping in the bed next to her?
Somewhere in between 3 to maybe 4 months.
The jail records reflect something differently. Would they be more accurate?
Could be.
Could be more accurate, or they
Yeah.
are?
They are, because we were...
Thank you. Nothing further.
Redirect examination.
Yes, sir. Will you finish what you were going to say?
Rude, Zellman.
We were in 2 different pods together.
Okay. So, did you sleep together, or I'm sorry, sleep in the same pod as her, sleep next to her in one pod and sleep further from her in another pod? What do you mean?
I slept next to her in one pod, and then we slept in the same section in another part of the jail.
Okay. So, when you're sleeping in the same section from someone, are you still in the same room with them?
Yes.
Okay. Despite whether you were sleeping next to her or a few beds over from her, did you guys still have downtime each day in the pod together?
Yes.
Hey, Melissa Anderson. Let's see what Melissa's comment says today. They're always very good. Thank you for the coffees, Melissa. Melissa says, who would you kill, marry, or fuck? Donna, Snitch Blackie, or Snitch White Trash? I'm asking for a friend. Okay. Kill, marry, or fuck? That is an awkward question. I don't know. Well, I think we're going to have to see all of the merchandise before we make a decision, right?
Okay. And did you talk most of the day, every day, for several months at a time?
On a regular basis.
All right. Regardless of how many times the defense sent investigators to talk to you, you did speak to them multiple times.
Yes.
And you also spoke to state attorney's office investigators, is that right?
Yes.
And your own attorney?
Yes.
And you've testified at a prior proceeding as well?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ask Donna Adelson whether she wrote checks to Catherine McBanois, or did you ask her whether she did what they're accused her of doing?
I asked her if she did what they accused her of.
Okay. And she said yes.
And she said yes.
Thank you.
You may step down. Will this witness be recalled by either party?
No, sir, she can be released. Thank you.
Defense.
Potentially, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Byrd, you may be called again by the defense. Please call your next witness.
State calls Drina Bernhardt.
Braveheart. Well, it's obviously kill Donna. I can commit to that straight away.
Please raise your right hand, Ms.
I
Bernhardt.
just want to do the next two.
Do you
with-
swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can take your seat.
Georgia.
Please speak loudly and clearly. You can adjust the microphone if you need to.
Yeah, please say your name and spell your name.
Drina Bernhardt, DrinaBernhardt.
Ms. Bernhardt, are you currently incarcerated in the Leon County Jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And are you in currently on 2 different felony cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On the first case I want to ask you about is the VOP, or violation of probation case. Is that one of your open cases?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that a second-degree felony punishable by up to 15 years in prison?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And then also a third-degree felony is also pending, punishable by up to an additional 5 years. Is
Yes.
that
If you went to see an Aerosmith concert, and you weren't right at the front, somewhere near the middle, towards the back, and they replaced Steve Steve Tyler, I think. If they replaced Steve Tyler with this witness, would you know? Would you? Probably not. I mean, if you were close up, her mouth would need to be about 15 times the size. But apart from that, we're good.
right? Okay. And are both of those cases totally unrelated to the murder case that we're here about in this courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I want to ask if you've been promised anything by myself or any member of my team in exchange for your testimony here today.
No, ma'am.
So any leniency or any help with your case, anything like that?
Taman Nagel, hello.
Okay. Has anyone promised you anything?
No.
Oh, you didn't see it, Tamer? I think we maybe should have just played it again. I had an idea that the jailbirds was going to be good. But right now, it's not that good.
Okay. Is this your first stint in the Leon County Jail?
No, it's not.
Have you been in and out of jail quite a few times?
I have.
Okay. Do you have 27 prior convictions involving either felonies or crimes of dishonesty?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you
27. I mean, do all of those come with jail time? probably, if it's a felony, is that necessarily like meaning jail, or can you be not jail with a felony? Well, obviously, as it gets to repeat offences, even if you can, you probably wouldn't be. So most of those would have been with jail sentences. How long has she been in prison or jail?
Recently incarcerated in the Leon County Jail with Donna Adelson.
Yes, I was.
And did you become friendly with her during the time that y'all were both in the jail together?
Yes.
How long were you together in the jail?
I can't remember exactly, maybe around 4 months.
All right, were you in the same pod that whole 4 months?
Yes.
And when you're in the pod together in jail, is it easier to become friendly than it is on the outside?
Yes.
Why is that?
We're together 24/7, so.
All right, can you describe your friendship with Mrs. Adelson?
Yes, initially it was very nice. She actually called me her jail daughter, and she and I got close. And how much more detail do you want?
Well, by close, did you talk to each other about personal things, like your
Yes.
life?
Yes.
Okay. And did she have a nickname for you besides her jail daughter?
Yes, Sunshine.
Did she paint pictures for you and write notes to you and things like that?
Yes, ma'am.
And approach and show you what I marked as State's Exhibit 61. Is this one of the pieces of art and letters that she wrote to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge asked to move into evidence, State 61.
An objection.
There you are.
State 61 is noted.
Permission to publish.
You may.
So is this her initials down here?
Yes, ma'am.
And on the back, is that a little note to you?
Yes, it is.
Dear Drina, I hope your life will be filled with love, joy, and flowers. You deserve only the best because you are the best. Love, Donna. Is that what you wrote?
Yes.
And did you return this type of favor and make little art and things for her as well?
Probably, yes.
Did she ever talk to you about her grandchildren?
Yes, she did.
And did she tell you anything about the type of relationship that she had specifically with the children of the deceased in this case?
Yes, she said she was very close with them, and every now and then she would call them her children.
Okay, and I want to ask you about whether Mrs. Adelson, during the time that y'all were friendly, ever discussed her case with you.
Yes.
Okay, and was her bringing up her case something that she did a lot, or was it only one time?
It was often.
Okay, so it was something that she was
Doing
talking
a lot.
about daily.
Yes.
Okay, and was it a bunch of different aspects of her case she would talk about, or only one thing?
It was different aspects.
At some point, did you end up reaching out to law enforcement to report some of the things that she had been saying to you about her case?
Yes, I did.
And why did you do that?
Well, initially I did it for selfish reasons, but more that I spent time with Dawn, I realized that it was morally correct, and I wanted to get justice for the Markell family.
Okay, so you felt it was the right thing to do, but you were also hoping to get something out of it.
Yes.
And what kind of thing were you hoping to get out of it?
Just help, lighter sentence, maybe rehab.
Okay, and are you still hoping that might be the outcome for you?
Maybe, but right now I'm more interested in justice for the Markell family.
Did Donna Adelson ever talk to you when she was talking about her case? Did she ever mention any concerns about the testimony of her son, Rob Adelson?
She did. She said she was extremely worried about his testimony.
Okay, so that was something that she brought up often, or only
Yeah.
one time?
A few times.
Okay. Did she ever mention to you a state witness by the name of Catherine Magbanoa?
Yes.
And was Ms. Magbanoa somebody that was known to you?
Yes, I knew Miss Magbanwa from being locked up with her years before.
And how did she first bring up Magbanoa to you, or did you bring Magbanoa up to her?
I can't remember exactly how it was brought up. I just know that it was brought to her attention.
Brought to her attention that you knew Magbanoa?
Yeah.
Okay. And at some point, did the defendant try to recruit you to become a witness for her in this case?
Yes.
How did she first approach you about that?
She asked me if I would be willing to do it, and I said yes.
Okay. And was this topic discussed one time or more than one time?
More than once.
How many times can you estimate? A lot?
A lot, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what is it that she wanted you to testify about?
She wanted me to testify about numerous different things about Kay, mostly about Miss Magbanwa.
And Miss Magbanoa, you knew her by the nickname Kay?
Yes.
Okay. And so she had some things she wanted you to say about Kay.
Correct.
At some point, did she prepare a script for you of exactly what she wanted you to testify to?
She did.
I'm going to approach and show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit 62. Do you recognize State 62?
I do.
Is this the script that was prepared for you by Ms. Adelson?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay. Moving evidence, State 62.
Any objection?
No objection.
State 62 is admitted.
And publish.
Get back.
Whose notebook is this?
That's mine.
And whose handwriting is this on this first page?
That's Donna's, Miss Adelson.
Okay, so she wrote this in your notebook?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is it you were supposed to do with this information?
I was supposed to study it and answer it correctly on the stand for her.
So this is what she wanted you to say in court.
Yes, ma'am.
So for example, how did you know Donna Adelson? You were supposed to say everyone knew her. She's been on the news. I've seen and heard about this on TV shows and read it in the newspaper over the years.
Correct.
Do you read the newspaper?
No.
Okay. Did you know much about her or her case prior to coming in contact with her in the Leon County Jail?
No, ma'am.
And what were you supposed to do with this physical script?
I was supposed to copy it down and give it back to her.
Okay, copy it into your own handwriting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you provide this item to my office?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it copied and returned to you?
Yes, ma'am.
You can really see the cogs turning in Donna's mind, right? We've seen the dormitory thing that they all sleep in, the pod, whatever, and all those bunks. Late at night, Donna would lie down and think. Separate each of her fellow inmates into categories, right? Approachable, trustworthy, dangerous, whatever it is. Vulnerable. Easy to make believe that you care. Whatever it is. Just the sinister nature of that thinking alone. That vulnerable person that looks like she's been beaten all her life and knows nothing else. That would be an easy person to make believe I had a heart. That'll be my target for tomorrow. I mean, it's like... Oh, Donna. How did it get like that, Donna? you know. I mean, this witness in particular does really give herself away, doesn't it? She has the same exact expression that a baby lamb has just before it's slaughtered.
What did you do with it once you returned with the original to Leon County Jail?
Return it to her.
Derek's back. Hey, Derek.
I'm gonna go down a paragraph here. This says that you approached Mrs. Adelson and told her you had information about Kay that you wanted to give her. Is that true?
No.
This says that Kay told you that she told Charlie on the night of the murder that some friends of hers went to Tallahassee and killed him. Did Kay ever tell you that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She asked him to give her the 1/3 of $1 million that he was going to pay his sister so that she could relocate with her children to Miami. He went crazy on her. He said that that was going to be an offer to his brother-in-law not to kill him. Did Kay ever say any of that to you?
No, ma'am.
And then over here continues, but she convinced him that the murderers think a woman is paying for this. They don't know Charlie. She told him she wouldn't tell her friends who he is. She can keep him safe. So she was, according to this story, extorting money out of Charlie, but he didn't know it. He thought she was his friend, but really she was his enemy. Is that the deal?
Yes, I suppose that's what it's supposed to be.
All right, and did Kay, Catherine McBanoa, ever say any of that to you?
No.
Do you know, are you familiar at all with Charlie Adelson's trial or his trial testimony?
No,
There's a part on here that says, here, she laughed about how easy it was to extort, and extort is underlined. Did you underline that, or did Mrs. Adelson underline that?
I didn't underline it.
Okay. How easy it was to extort him for the money. He wouldn't have to take her out to a fancy dinner. She could buy plenty of fancy dinners with the 1/3 of $1 million. She said she fooled her baby daddy and she fooled Charlie. Sigfredo would do anything for her, and he did. All right, so again, sorry to keep asking the same question, but did Kay say any of this to you? Okay. Charlie was scared and easy to extort. What a stupid fool. He believed her that she was keeping him safe from the killers. Ha ha, what a joke. Is that the type of language that Catherine McBanoa would use?
No.
Do you know her well enough to tell this jury that she wouldn't say something like, you know, what a stupid fool, ha ha, what a joke?
Yeah, she wouldn't talk like that.
But that's what Mrs. Adelson wanted you to come in and tell this jury.
Yes, ma'am.
Did she give you anything or promise you anything in exchange for reciting this script?
Well, I was in jail. I received packages and phone calls, and I was promised things as well.
What type of packages?
Packages are in jail just like a bunch of basically gas station food, but it's exciting when you're in jail.
Okay, and what about phone calls? What do you mean by that?
Just the phone calls are very expensive from jail, so she would let me use her phone to call my mother and other people.
Okay, and you said she promised you other things in the future. What other types of things?
$10,000, a grand piano.
What else?
She promised me cameras, but
None of that came to fruition?
no.
Okay. And what about pills? Did she mention anything to you about pills?
Yes, that if I needed pills, that I could call a doctor named, I think, Obed. I think that's his name.
Okay.
Yes.
And that person would write you some prescriptions?
Yes, ma'am.
And why would you be in need of prescription medication?
I'm a recovering drug addict.
Did she tell you that if you were to be released that you could make these phone calls, including this phone call to Dr. Obed?
Yes.
Okay, and how were you going to get these other items, like the $10,000?
The money would be through something called Zelle.
Okay, and who was going to send the money through Zelle?
Harvey.
That's her husband, Harvey Adelson?
Yes.
And how are you supposed to contact Harvey Adelson?
Through a phone app called Signal.
Okay, had you ever heard of the phone app Signal before?
No, ma'am.
Okay, one moment, please, Your Honor. No further questions at this time, Judge.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor, just a moment.
Oh.
So before you cross, please approach.
I wonder what he was writing down. Oh. I think we're going to, I don't think there's much more of this, I think we should go back to sentencing, huh? Some highlights of sentencing. Yeah, it was pretty good. It had good moments. Went on a bit, fucking 3 hours. Donna was truly acting during her moment of fame. Too little, too late. And the wrong lines, right? Wrong character. Totally missed the mark. Totally missed the mark. I couldn't believe that. What was it all? She was saying like, and juror number 3, he came in and said he knew about my case, but then said he didn't know. Oh. I mean, I think, obviously Donna and Harvey and Jackie all knew what the other each was gonna say. Or at least what's the word? Sentiment. Maybe they thought they were going to get some public support, some outrage, some calls for, modifying the legislation, whatever. With that guy, that author guy with the mustache that came in and was like, yes, I want to put on record that I think that, she was not proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Is it, who the fuck are you? Judge Everett says you're not an expert on the law and shouldn't be talking about it. He says you're up here to give a character statement, but all you're talking about is these, what you think about the verdict. Relitigate. That's what I was looking for. What did I say? Modify litigation. Idiot.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, you testified that you haven't been promised anything, correct?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it true that you were released from jail on February 11th,
Yes,
2025 as a result of your cooperation in this matter?
This is another thing lawyers learn to have in the bag, ready to pull out. Yeah, this skeptical questioning. Now, you say that you didn't receive anything, right? But isn't it true that you were released from jail on February 11th?
I don't know if it was a result of my cooperation, but yes, that's when I was released.
Okay. And so you met with law enforcement. In fact, you sent a letter to a Detective Turner in December of 2024, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you said that you had information about Donna Adelson, correct?
Correct.
And that you cooperated in the past and you wanted to do it again.
Correct.
And then as a result of that, on December 18th, Detective Turner came and met with you.
Correct.
And you spoke with him about this matter.
Yes, sir.
And then on December 20th, you were taken up to the state attorney's office to meet with the state attorney's office, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then as a result of that conversation, on February 11th, you were released.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Okay. Now, I want to back up a little bit. You've met prior to being rearrested in September of 2024. You knew Patricia Bird, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Were you guys friends on the outside?
No.
Just on the inside?
Yes, sir.
But you'd been friendly before?
Friendly, I suppose, for jail.
Now, when you first met with law enforcement or the state attorney's office on December 20th of 2024, towards the end of that conversation, you said to them, "Did I do a good job?" Isn't that true?
Yes, it is.
Now, when you met with them on that day, the offer that you'd had at that point was 5 to 6 years in prison, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I want to back up a little bit. Let's see. So that violation of probation. You were originally put on that probation September 1st of 2023, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And at that point in time, isn't it true that you qualified for enhanced sentencing?
If you're talking about the PRR, is that what you're talking about? I'm not sure.
Did you qualify as a PRR sentence?
I think it was actually past the 3 years.
Okay. I'm going to approach, and I'll have this marked for identification purposes. You may approach. Identification purposes. Judgment and sentence that was rendered on September 1st of 2023. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
And it indicates that you qualify for PRR sentencing, but the state is waiving it at that time, correct?
Okay. Yes, it does say that.
Okay. And so this is a judgment and sentence or conviction for one count of burglary of an occupied dwelling and one count of burglary of a dwelling, 2 counts of burglary of a conveyance. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And PRR sentencing means that when you commit a qualifying offense within 3 years of your release from prison, the court has to sentence you to the maximum sentence day for day unless you have a plea agreement that says otherwise, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that would mean that this sentence, the court would have to sentence you to 15 years day for day in prison, correct?
If I went to trial, yes, sir.
If you didn't have this plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
But you did have this plea agreement.
Yes.
And you were put on probation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, it specifically says if you violate probation, they can reimpose the prison releasee reoffender sentence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Unfortunately, you did violate that probation, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. And on June 18th of 2024, probation officer signed an affidavit of violation because you started using again, correct?
Yes, sir.
You were rearrested. You didn't go back to prison, did you?
No.
You got a chance for more treatment, didn't you?
I did.
Now, originally in that 2023 sentence, you did an inpatient program.
Yes, at Sisters in Sobriety.
And you completed that.
I did.
Okay. Here, when you were reinstated in July of 2024, you were stepped down to outpatient, correct?
Yes, sir.
You didn't report to probation, did you?
No.
Okay. You started using again.
I did.
And you strung your probation officer along, lying to them.
I don't think I did that, but
You did not make yourself available for supervision?
no, I didn't.
You didn't follow instructions?
I just didn't go.
And you also didn't test?
I didn't go, correct.
And so then you are rearrested, not just for the violation of probation, but also for a new felony charge, correct?
What's the new felony charge?
Burglary of a conveyance?
Okay, yes, correct.
And so in September of 2024, when you were rearrested for violating probation and the new burglary charge, that point in time, you are facing 15 years mandatory day-for-day sentencing, unless you can reach an agreement with the state.
Correct.
And then you meet Donna Adelson.
Correct.
Your get out of jail free card.
I don't have an answer to that.
And you befriended her.
We became friends, yes.
And you would ask her questions about her case.
No, I didn't ask her.
And then you met Donna Adelson. Your get out of jail free card. You know, nobody is impressed. The jury's not impressed. You know, and again, they always do this, don't they? The Adelsons, they take what they're doing and blame, you know, say that the other person is doing what they're actually doing to them.
Questions about her case. She offered it to me and I would listen to her.
Okay. So it's your testimony here today that you did not ask her questions.
I can't remember. I may have asked her one or two. I mean, we were locked up for a long time, but I didn't go to her constantly and asking her questions, no.
Just a moment.
next question, Mr. Zellman. Please make sure it's sufficiently clear as it relates to matters that have been ruled upon.
Yes, sir, and that's exactly what I'm having ensure done. Okay. So, if you didn't reach an agreement with the state, the court would have to sentence you to 15 years, day for day.
If I went to trial and was found guilty, yes.
So that your understanding is if you went to trial, you would face 15 years, day for day.
If I was found guilty, yes.
Okay. So we're talking about a violation of probation. You go to a VOP hearing. You've already testified that you started using again.
Yes.
You didn't show up for probation.
Correct.
Okay. So if you went to court without an agreement, you would have to be sentenced to 15 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, isn't it true that when you went to meet with law enforcement on December 20th of 2024, you made sure a couple days prior to this to sit down in a location in the pod and engage in a lengthy conversation with Donna Adelson, correct?
Oh, no, actually the pod, you can see, the whole pod is visible.
Isn't it true that you told them that you made sure that you sat where a camera could catch you while you sat with my client going over paperwork?
Yes.
Okay. And you wanted them to make sure that they could get video of you with my client.
Yes.
Okay, just a moment, Your Honor.
So she, Miss Braveheart, wanted to make sure that that the jail could get video of her sitting with Donna. Okay. Why?
Did you tell my client she was naive about jail?
That she was naive about jail?
Yes.
Meaning that she just wasn't aware of what went on in jail?
Yes.
I may have. I don't remember.
Now let's talk about that video. I believe the state's going to be introducing that a little bit later. Now, describe for the jury how it came to be that my client wrote down the script that they've introduced into evidence.
How it came to be?
Yes.
Donna wrote it, and she and I were supposed to go over it and practice it.
Okay. During that time that you were sitting there, did you write anything down?
I may have colored or written something, but I honestly don't remember.
Did you take things out of the notebook that you'd already written and show them to her?
Probably, maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't remember. It's been a while.
So you don't remember telling her what to write?
No, I didn't tell her what to write.
Your testimony here today is that you never told her what to write?
Yes.
Okay. That's the one thing you are sure about here today. Just a moment, Your Honor. Nothing further?
Redirect examination.
Were you ever advised to say anything other than the truth here today?
No.
You have a lawyer that's representing you on your criminal cases, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's working with the prosecutor on that case, not me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To try to get you some kind of deal, not 15 years maximum penalty, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and before your most recent release, you had a five-year plea offer at some point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and as we sit here today, do you have a plea offer?
No.
Okay, so you're waiting to get a new plea offer.
Yes, ma'am.
From somebody, not me.
Correct.
Hoping that maybe it will be better than what it would otherwise be based on this information.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but you had already provided that script to us before this most recent release and this most recent violation, and now you're going to have to deal with accountability for that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that script, it was suggested like, oh, you told her what to write. Did you even know any of that story
No.
to tell her?
No, ma'am.
No further questions.
You may step down. Will this witness be recalled by either party?
Potentially, Judge.
Ms. Bernhardt, you remain under your subpoena and do not discuss your testimony with any other person.
Yes, sir.
Please call your next witness, State.
State calls Kate Butler.
Judge, I advise Ms.
No
Kaplan.
objection. Can we approach?
You may.
Is that it? Yeah. Well, sentencing. I thought it'd last longer than that, but there wasn't much to talk about. I thought that would be a nice little feature to cover the case. I guess tomorrow we can move on from this case. Go on to another case. Thank God. So, we need a video of the sentencing. Where's the whole thing? So what do we have here?
Time to troubleshoot.
Oh, this guy. Okay, let's really try and follow this time. What is the mustache here to tell us?
Yes, but I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
Is it protect the integrity of her good name?
Right. Dr. Graber, if you can say 1, 2, 3, will I...
So that at least she can have a sense of holding on to some imagined form of dignity, even when sitting in her cell among her peers. I mean, she seems to have done pretty well with Mr. Worldwide. What do we call him? Finger food. Beef cheeks and clamfish. But what about the rest of her community?
I tested this equipment. All right, I can hear you now, but we can't get them over the loudspeaker. At least someone must have switched the audio settings. My mic's fine. It's the witnesses need to be heard. Right, thank you, Mr. Markell. I'm going to place you back on mute at this point. Right, Dr. Graber, try to talk for me one more time. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Judge and a Radio Shack man, all in one. All right.
It's working?
It is. Let me swear you in again, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you will give today will be the truth?
I do.
You can lower your head. If you're examining the witness, or is he reading a statement?
He's going to present a statement, Judge.
Dr. Graber, you may proceed at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate the opportunity to come and speak on behalf of Donna Adelson. If I can, let me just brief description of who I am, my background. I've been a friend of the Adelson family since 1979. The first 20 years I knew them, we were actively engaged.
What is it about 1979? Is that when they moved to Coral Springs or something, or set up the dental office? I mean, there's a lot of 1979 new beginnings with the Adelsons, right? What's her name? Clarita Lobredo. She knew them since 1979. This guy, 1979. Seems like they set up a whole new system of friends and locations.
Engaged in many activities. In the last 20 years, I haven't seen him that much until this trial became apparent to me. And my background is I'm a medical doctor practicing obstetrics and gynecology, 45 years here in Florida. I was also a state legislature from 1988 to 96, representing Coral Springs and parts of Broward County. I was the county commissioner in Broward County and mayor of Broward County for 1 year in 2000.
I was the county commissioner of Broward County. I mean, it's not a job interview. Why is he telling us this? I mean, there's only one reason to give extra weight to his statement, right? Credibility. I was the sworn, what was it? Whatever it was.
2006. Also a professor at the University of Florida Medical School and the University of Miami Medical School in clinical OB/GYN. And I'm here to speak today on behalf of Donna Adelson, this person I've known for a great deal of time. Hi Donna, just want to say hi. I'm sorry I can't be there to hug you.
Homecoming king.
Sorry we didn't get to have that day.
I was the homecoming king at my high school in 1958. I'm surprised he doesn't tell us that he never got a parking ticket. I have always respected the law and never got so much as a parking ticket.
After your trial was over, but I'm here to, on your behalf, to let you know that you have friends, and I believe it.
Doesn't he speak like what is it? It's like a narrator of some, wartime documentary from the 40s, but made in the 50s, right? Footage of B-52s.
Let me say that, Tom, I never thought we'd be here at this situation when I first met you. It was a total shock to me and to our families. And it's a tragedy for me to have to...
Or the moon landing, right? It's like a narrator for the moon landing, or any sort of astronomic educational feature. If this guy was looking for work and he came to me as a recruitment manager, I'd say, okay, tell me your skills. Stop. I've heard enough. You've got the voice. Educational, astronomical narration. That is your vocation.
Be here to talk about this. I feel very bad for your family, for the Markel family, for the tragedy everyone's experiencing. To me, I've been following this for 2 years. It appears to be a dissolution of two families. My background is similar in many ways to both families. Like Ruth Markel, I'm the son of Holocaust survivors. I actually was born in Germany as a displaced persons camp. Came to the United States at the age of 18 months. So like the boys, Lincoln and Benjamin, I don't have a lot of recollection from the first beginnings of my time in the United States, but they don't have the recollection of their father, which is very sad to me. But they do have families, and I had family. And we have to learn a great deal from our tragedies how to come back into life. My distress is not just for Donna and the Adelsons, but for the Markels as well, and especially for 3 generations of each family, which I see in tragic downward swing. And yet, I did meet Lincoln and Benjamin at the bar mitzvah last year, and I got to make those 2 boys wonderful.
Yeah. But I couldn't really concentrate on meeting them because I was looking at Wendy's dress and thinking, what the fuck?
Unfortunately, I never got to meet
Pull up a picture of Wendy's dress. I'll see if it's possible.
Dan Markel, but I have read many of his articles. Very impressive, very brilliant, very talented man who makes some very good points about the law and about compassion in the law, which he felt could be improved. And I agree with that. So part of what I'd like to say today is basically that I do believe that Donna is a victim of not just circumstance, but has been actively exploited by parties.
A victim of not just circumstance, but has been actively exploited. Well, you know, that would be a good comeuppance for an exploiter. You know, poetic justice.
Involved in this case, I believe she was exploited by her son. Knowing Donna, who was the youngest child in her family, knowing her mother, and how close she was with her mother.
We should just have another quick look at Ben, though, with those Donna Adelson lips. Got to get working on that tomorrow. There must be a way to do a filter where you can take a picture of Donna Adelson's face and make it look like it's printed on money. I bet there's an app for that. There's got to be. There's got to be.
And understanding their love and need for family, it makes no sense to me that she would pursue an activity that would destroy 2 families like it has. However, having known her son and some of his issues, I believe
it makes no sense for me. I keep feeling like this guy's next line is going to be something about reaching beyond the stars to the very edge of our galaxy, to worlds unknown. We can reach the stars. For his, what do we call it? Educational, astronomical narration. What was I saying? No, he just said something. What was it?
She was with her mother, and understanding their love and need for family, it makes no sense to me that she would pursue an activity that would destroy 2 families like it has.
Right. Yeah. Now, when he says 2 families, is he talking about the Markels and Adelsons, or the Adelsons and his own? Because he was going on about 3 generations. That'd be bad, wouldn't it? If he was really talking about his own family and the Adelsons. They've destroyed our family. They've destroyed their own family. And I heard about some Canadians that you know, that might be a little destroyed. No, it makes no sense to me, knowing Donna's value of family or whatever it was, that she would do some action to destroy the families. Well, you know, she thought she wouldn't get caught. She thought that this was a really good plan. It just wasn't. I mean, these are supposed to be educated people, high functioning, right? We heard his resume at the beginning for the first 6 minutes.
However, having known her son and some of his issues, I believe Donna, in her own naive way, trying to be a loving mother, is subdued by guilt, by silence, by denial, and perhaps even active exploitation, and used for activities she had no part of. So I believe she's innocent on all 3 counts, even though she was found guilty on all 3 counts. Part of my understanding is also that the victims here are both families, and to watch the hate and distress and the vengeance I see, it's a terrible thing to look at. As Holocaust survivors, you'd think we would understand that better, how damaging it is to families. I would have to say, my background, I grew up in the Bronx, went to the public school system. I actually was at Queens College when Donna was there, but I didn't know her. She graduated a year after I did. My wife Sandy graduated from Queens College as well. In Coral Springs, we met up after being there a while, new young families, professionals trying to build a life, having children, building a community, which we did. So to see this situation occur, to me, it was devastating in many aspects. As a legislator, I can tell you that we see things in law. Even though I'm a doctor and I was chairman of healthcare, I was a Democrat, majority leader, and I sat on the Judiciary Committee for 2 years. I understand how the laws. Even wrote some of the sentencing guidelines and participated in passing them at that time. And what I learned over the years is that I had the privilege of passing many laws, because I was a leader and was able to work both sides. And so many of my laws exist in the books. I get calls from judges periodically asking me about the intent of the law, and I wrote it because they have a case, and it's come down to what did you intend to happen from this law. And they would ask my opinion, and they would use that information. So I'd like to look a little bit about the intent of the judicial guidelines for sentencing. I think the life without parole is a very harsh sentence. And that was not the intent, was to punish domestic cases with that, but to hit drug dealers and organized crime and dangers to the public. But I think it's been switched over to be used in conspiracy theories against the average citizen, which is not the intent of the law, in my opinion. Second of all, I think that it's unfortunate that this case has gone into so many new victims. And we've already, you have 4 victims who have been found guilty of murder. 2 have committed the murder, maybe 1. The other are conspiracy theories. And I would believe that I would suggest that needs to be reviewed by the legislature. That's my opinion. Now, in this case,
Dr. Graber, before you continue, is this being offered as character? Because he is not an expert on the law.
It's character, Judge.
Very well. You may continue, Doctor.
Yes, that's my opinion from my background. It's not, I'm not giving a professional opinion. I'm giving my personal opinion from experience. What I'm asking the court today is, to me, the court, the judicial system, the power of the judicial system is in the judge. And it is the judge who is the presenter of a safety net for the public. To show some compassion when the cold written law, with every box checked off, shows no compassion, where does it?
Jacked off. What did he say? Every box jacked off. Have I got it wrong? Is this not the guy that wrote the book about female orgasms? Like he was a gynecologist or something, and he wrote a book in the 70s that was probably handed out at swinger parties? This is another gourmet swinger, I've just realized. I didn't even get that earlier.
To show some compassion when the cold written law, with every box checked off, shows no compassion.
Checked
where
off.
does the compassion?
Checked off. Yeah. It's terrible. It's terrible saying that when you're on video link and the audio's a little muffled. Or is it the mustache? With the combination of being on a video link and having a mustache, a muffled mustache, you always run the risk of being misheard at the most inappropriate of moments.
Come from? It should come from the judge, or should come from the jury. And I think that maybe.
Oh, is this where Judge Everett gets pissed off? Shouldn't come from the judge, it should come from the jury. Yeah. I'm not arrogant at all. I'm just going to tell the judge how to do his job from the safety of my private video conferencing room.
Something we have to consider. So at this point, what I'm saying is that I believe Donna Adelson is a 5-star mother, did everything she could do for her kids, for her family, for her community. She has no bad intentions. She's not a leader, she's a baby in her family. She's always been the follower. Yes, she makes noise and she complains, but that's not her behavior.
Yeah, wait until her statement.
This is not her profile. So I understand that nothing can be changed, but I want to put on record that I believe she is innocent of these 3 counts, and we believe her. With that, I would have to say, sometimes bad things happen to good people, and I think this is one of those cases, and it's unfortunate. For the families, I would ask, beg them, think about the 2 boys. Dad's not here, but a piece of him is here, and those 2 boys. And their future, they're both teenagers now, their future depends a lot on what's going on here, and how they're going to be perceived in the future, and how they will interpret the future based on this. So I think it's time for some compassion, some understanding, some forgiving. Perhaps it's time to take a step back and let everyone heal from this process. With that, I say to you, Donna, Samuel and I love you, we support you and the family, and we hope for you the best. God bless you. And Your Honor, thank you for letting me speak.
Defense have an examination for the witness?
No, Judge.
Does the state have an examination for the witness?
No, sir.
Dr. Graber, you can remain on the Zoom. I would just ask you to mute yourself at this point.
Thank you.
Defense have any other witnesses to present or evidence?
Yes, Judge. We have Rick Chagrin, who's present, who would like to make a brief statement.
Oh, here he is. Captain Speedy. Mr. Worldwide.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you will give today will be the truth?
I do.
You can lower your hand. You may direct the witness or you may give a statement.
If you could state your full name, please.
My name is Richard Gordon Chagrin.
And have you prepared a statement here today?
Yes, I have.
Okay, you can do that to the court at this time.
This is on behalf of myself and my wife, Susan Brotman, an attorney at law. We have known Donna Adelson for over 35 years. She's been a dear friend and travel companion, and we are still in shock of her current circumstances. We know her to be a loving parent, wife, and grandparent. We stand behind her claim of innocence. We feel the trial was held in the county where there's been a lot of bad and inaccurate negative publicity, therefore not allowing a fair trial. We contend if a change of venue was granted, she would have been found not guilty.
Hello.
We are hopeful she will be relocated to South Florida, where she can pursue all legal remedies available. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Okay, was that worth the trip? Somebody tell me if that was worth the fucking trip. Mr. Worldwide, who is very tech savvy, because he has been to Japan several times and taken a tour of Samsung and Sony. Yeah, he's so tech savvy that he reads his notes from his cell phone, which I have never done in my life. Not once. And I don't think I'd ever really seen anyone do that until Charlie Kirk was shot, and I actually took the time to watch some of that content to see what it was all about. And those kids that all come up and ask questions, they do it, right? But those guys were born, 8 years after 9/11? And it's funny, isn't it? They're like real people now. I think that was the first time I've ever noticed that. You know? You look at someone and you go, oh, look, there's a young adult. But then you realize that they're 20 years younger than you. and that they must know nothing. Yeah. I guess I'm going to turn into one of those guys that always is going on about these kids today. But yeah, this guy's in touch though. The modern man. Notes on a cell phone. Something about that just bothers me. I mean, it's not a long speech. He could have taken the time to write it out and hold a piece of paper like a man. Let's hear it one more time. Donna's worried that he's going to reveal some of her most intimate secrets.
Please raise your...
What is it, lunchtime early at the pickle restaurant? I mean, how fast does he want to walk or skate to the podium? Too fast. Take your time, man. Don't fall down in court.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you will give today will be the truth?
I do.
You can lower your hand. You may direct the witness or you may give a statement.
If you could state your full name, please.
My name is Richard Gordon Chagrin.
And have you prepared a statement here today?
Yes, I have.
Okay, you can give that to the court at this time.
This is on behalf of myself and my wife, Susan Brotman, an attorney at law. We have known Donna Adelson for over 35 years. She's been a dear friend and travel companion, and we are still in shock of her current circumstances. We know her to be a loving parent, wife, and grandparent. We stand behind her claim of innocence. We feel the trial was held in the county where there's been a lot of bad and inaccurate negative publicity, therefore not allowing a fair trial. We contend if a change of venue was granted, she would have been found not guilty. We are hopeful she will be relocated to South Florida, where she can pursue all legal remedies available. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Yeah. What did we say earlier? I liked that. Judge, we petition the court that she be housed as close to South Florida as possible. In fact, we want you to build a new jail in South Beach, jail/spa, private spa, a locked spa. This will be a locked facility spa, jail spa. Close to Yardbird.
These are character statements or quibbling about the evidence and the rulings?
These character, Judge, they're here to talk about their friendship and time. Thank you.
Any witness?
I missed that statement earlier from Judge Everett. I mean, does he do it with every single one? These are character statements or quibblings about the verdict and the rulings? Quibblings. If you're making an argument that's important to you, right, and someone of authority refers to it as quibbling, that is not going to feel good, is it? Quibbling. It sounds like the sort of thing old ladies might do when they can't decide what kind of cookies to purchase for the I don't know, some event.
These are character statements or quibbling?
They quibbled for hours
about the evidence and the rulings.
These character, Judge, they're here to
George
talk
is
about
laughing.
their friendship and time. Thank you.
Any witness examination for Mr. Chagrin?
Scotty.
No, Your Honor.
You may be seated. Any other witnesses?
We did provide to the court, if you received your copy, Judge, some very short letters that were written as character support on behalf of Mrs. Adelson, if I may go through those at this time.
Go ahead.
Thank you. The first letter that was submitted to the court was by Annie Cunningham and Ronald Gutterson, who testified at trial. They say, "We are writing this letter to restate our knowledge and feelings regarding Donna Adelson. We have known Donna since 2009 and consider her to be our dearest friend. Donna is a kind, caring, loving person. She was always concerned with the welfare of others. She is not the monster portrayed by the media. Donna is incapable of threatening or harming anyone. Donna is almost 76 years old and in frail health after almost 2 years of incarceration. We will always believe her to be innocent and ask the court to take these factors into consideration when deciding Donna's sentence." Next, we submitted to the court was one of her longtime friends, Ruth Rosenberg, who wrote, "I immigrated to the USA from Israel when I was 1 month shy of 12. I lived in Israel in a town of 5,000 inhabitants where my family knew almost everyone and came to New York City, Queens, with a population of close to 8 million residents. To say it was a culture shock is an understatement. I didn't speak any English and physically looked like an underdeveloped child in comparison to the American girls my age. I entered the 7th grade in September, not knowing any English, the, quote, stranger in school. For several months, I sat by myself at lunchtime in the cafeteria, staring at the next table, where Donna and a group of her friends were conversing, laughing, and having a nice time. One day, Donna walked over to my table and asked me if I would like to join them, and of course I said yes, please. That kind gesture started a 62-plus year friendship. She invited me to her house to meet her family, and over time we became like sisters. I can recall several instances where Donna helped me obtain a job so I can help my parents financially. She introduced me to a family in a bungalow colony in the Catskills who needed a mother's helper for their daughters in the summer of '66. The money I earned helped my parents pay for the closing costs on their house. The following summer, she got me a job as a counselor at Camp Allegra in the Berkshires. When I had to decide on a career path, I consulted with Harvey and Donna about applying to dental school as my college advisor had recommended. Later that year, I was chosen to be the maid of honor at their wedding. We remained close friends throughout the years, even though we lived more than 1,000 miles apart. Our families visited each other periodically, making sure that our children and grandchildren got to know each other. We attended life cycle events of our children, bat and bar mitzvahs, weddings, special birthdays, etc., and now our grandchildren's. Donna has always been a kind-hearted, generous, loving, and caring. She is one of my best friends, and I will forever remember and appreciate how she helped me with English while I helped her with math in Parsons Junior High School, and remained loyal through these 62-plus years. The situation she is in today is unimaginable to me. That is not the person I know and love. We also submitted a letter from Ron Ellis to the court. My name is Ron Ellis, and I have had the privilege of knowing Donna Adelson for more than 30 years. I am writing to you in hope of offering some perspective on the woman I have come to know so well over the course of our long friendship. Donna has been a steady and caring presence in my life. When my stepson passed away 11 years ago at the age of 34, Donna was there for me in ways I will never forget. She sat with me in my grief, listened when I needed to talk, and offered comfort when I felt overwhelmed. That kindness and empathy is the Donna I know. Someone who shows up for her friends and offers strength in their darkest moments. Over the years, I have seen Donna's compassion extend beyond just me. She has been a devoted mother, a loyal friend, and someone who consistently tried to bring warmth and generosity to those around her. I understand fully the gravity of the situation before the court, but I hope that when you consider Donna's sentence, you will also weigh the years of kindness, care, and humanity she has shown to others. I believe that Donna still has the ability to contribute positively, even under these circumstances, and that she is capable of reflection and growth. I respectfully ask that you take these qualities into account when you make your decision. Thank you for your time and consideration. Respectfully, Ron Ellis. And then a brief letter from Marion and Tim Schaffman. She writes, "We have known Donna for over 50 years, and although we live far apart and have seen her often over the..."
What do we have to go back to, Danielle? I just saw that. But now I've probably gone to...
years, we wanted to share with you our impressions of the lovely person we have known. Donna has always been a loving, kind mother and wife, and also an exemplary daughter to her parents, who often stayed with their family. We have never heard her utter a negative word about anyone, and had tremendous pride in every member of her family. She retained many friends from her childhood and developed long, satisfying friendships with the new people she met throughout each stage of her life. Donna was always intelligent, charismatic, and sensitive to everyone. She always listened to anyone's problems and offered a helping hand when she could. Most notably, her genuine concern over our and others' health issues was truly appreciated. As you can see, it is very difficult for us to view her as anybody other than the sweet, caring person we knew. Sincerely, Marianne and Ted Schaffman. Next is a letter from Jessica Ussery. Dear Judge Everett, my name is Jessica Ussery, and I am writing this letter to express my personal experiences and knowledge of Donna Adelson's character.
So is that right? They've had to, they thought, okay, we need some character witnesses. We haven't got any. What if we just made them up, said that they live in Tel Aviv, and have the attorney read a fake letter into the record? Yeah. They'll never know.
Mother and grandmother. Roman's birth was a scheduled cesarean section on December the 5th. On that day, I was overcome with mixed emotions of excitement and fear. A family awaited Roman's birth at the hospital during unnerving procedure. Donna was affectionate and compassionate, as I was visibly anxious and emotional. I will always remember how she reassured and calmed me that day. We shared tears of joy and the hugs when a beautiful and healthy boy came into this world. Donna was caring and supportive of Bree as a new mom. I have many fond memories of time spent with the Adelsons. Although Charlie and Bree were no longer a couple beyond Roman's first year, we all remained close. Donna has been kind, thoughtful, loving, and generous. Thank you sincerely for taking the time to read the letter, Jessica Ussery. And then a short letter to whom it may concern. I've worked at Adelson Institute for Aesthetic and Implant Dentistry from October 3rd, 2011 to September of 2022. During my time of working there, I had the opportunity to experience the beautiful person that Donna Adelson is. Through my time of working often side by side with her, I've witnessed her grace and ability to diffuse upset patients. She is incredible with having compassion for others and is truly one of the sweetest people I know. She's so supportive and understanding when it comes to her employees. When an elderly person comes in as a patient, she always made sure they had assistance, whether needing help filling out forms or even opening the reception door for them. She always jumped at the opportunity to be kind and helpful. I witnessed this and I know it was sincere. I still use what I've learned from her and apply it while I'm at work every day. I recognize the gravity of the situation and understand the seriousness of the legal process, but I respectfully ask that you consider the positive qualities that define her. Sincerely, Erica Johnson. And then the last letter that we submitted from was Attorney Gary Cohn. He said, my name is Gary Cohen. I've been a member in good standing at the Florida Bar since 1980. I have known Donna and Harvey Adelson as personal friends and personal counsel for almost 40 years. Harvey was also my dentist for most of those years. I have been in the Adelson house, and they have been in mine numerous times over the years since their children were little ones. My wife and I have socialized with Harvey and Donna at dinners, blessed events such as bar and bat mitzvahs, and weddings, birthdays, and many other occasions. I've also traveled with them, including a wonderful trip to Africa with 2 of my sons several years ago. I therefore have had a unique opportunity to observe Donna under many circumstances. In all the time I have known her, I have literally never heard Donna raise her voice, lose her temper, act inappropriately, or treat anyone with less than full respect, and almost always with a smile on her face. I have never heard a bad word said about Donna from any other friend or person in my presence. She has always been an amazing mother to her children, and she and Harvey have had the most loving marriage that can be imagined. While I cannot comment on any of the facts of this case or any of the alleged events, I can say that the Donna I know is the last person I would ever think of when it comes to what has been this utterly horrible crime, dealing with the death of Dan Markell. Being a trial lawyer for 45 years, I fully believe in the jury system and understand that a jury has spoken. However, the woman I've known so well for so long also needs to be understood as the wonderful wife, mother, grandmother, and friend that she has been known to me. I only hope that this information can be of use to the court when it comes to the sentencing of Donna Adelson. Gary Cohen. At this time, I believe that Mrs. Adelson's husband, Harvey Adelson, would like to address the court.
Very well. Do you wish to enter these letters into evidence?
Yes, Judge.
Does the state have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
They will be composite defense 1 for sentencing.
Thank you, Judge.
Dr. Adelson, please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, I do.
You can lower your hand. You may speak.
Thank you, Judge, and respected officers of the court for allowing me to speak. I have been Donna Adelson's husband for over 50 years. My wife sacrificed everything so that she could pour her heart and soul into our children, our grandchildren, and our marriage. This summer was our...
Whoa. Sorry, I was looking at something. He came to play, didn't he? Let the bear out of the cage.
At this time, I believe that Mrs. Adelson's husband, Harvey Adelson, would like to address the court.
Very well. Do you wish to enter these letters into evidence?
Yes, Judge.
Does the state have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
They will be composite defense 1 for sentencing.
Thank you, Judge.
Dr. Adelson, please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Corrupt judge
Yes,
who cared more about cake than justice.
you can lower your hand. You may speak.
Thank you, Judge, and respected officers of the court for allowing me to speak. I have been Donna Adelson's husband for over 50 years. My wife sacrificed everything so that she could pour her heart and soul into our children, our grandchildren, and our marriage. This summer was our 54th wedding anniversary, and I had to spend it without her, hand in mine. She has done nothing wrong, and yet is being punished for a crime that she did not commit. I thought we lived in a different kind of world, but I guess I was wrong. I have listened, watched, and sat in the courtroom for the entire trial, and I could not help but scream in my mind by the witnesses that were brought forward by the prosecution who told outright lies. I didn't know that you could lie in a courtroom, but apparently you can. Danny's parents contend that they have never seen their grandchild. But for years they say they've never seen her. But Wendy has shared with me pictures and videos and letters from their visits. They have suffered immensely at the loss of their son, but they also contend to tell lies to the court about our grandchildren. Donna has always been a loving and caring wife and is innocent of the charges. A biased judge and jury were influenced by years of one-sided news pieces and social media.
Dr. Ms. Fulford, this has nothing to do with the character of the defendant or relates to the sentencing.
May I just 1 moment, please?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
There's nothing left by the time they... You can't use that. You're going to have to lose that. Don't say that.
Just 1 second, please.
All right, thank you for letting me continue. Donna did not participate in the heinous acts that she was convicted of doing. You are sending an innocent woman to prison. You have taken my wife and you have taken my life as well. And for what? This is not justice. It is...
You could have made a better rhyme out of that. You have taken my wife, you've taken my life. I am in strife. And I feel like using a knife on myself.
Vengeance, and it is wrong.
Do you have an examination for Dr. Adelson?
No, Your Honor. No, Judge.
Any other witness statements that you wish to give?
I don't believe so. Just 1 second. We don't have any further witnesses, Judge, but Mrs. Adelson has decided she would like to make an unsworn statement to the court.
Unsworn?
Yes, Judge.
All of the witnesses will be sworn this afternoon if she wishes to speak.
Judge, case law indicates, confirms that the defendant has the right to make an unsworn statement prior to sentencing. The court, Rule 3.720B states the court shall entertain submissions of evidence by the parties that are relevant to the sentence. A number of cases, Your Honor, that have interpreted this, especially in a capital case, as the defendant having a right to make an unsworn statement. This is a cap.
Please give the citations.
Yes, Your Honor. Excuse me. First is Smith versus State, 268 Southern 3rd, 831. It's from the first DCA in 2019. You want me to continue, Your Honor?
Give me one moment.
Yes, sir.
Bringing up my Westlaw. Give the citation again.
Sure. It's 268 Southern 3rd, 831.
I need to speak loudly because this is not amplified.
Okay. Is this loud enough, Judge?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I was just saying we're going to Donna's statement. What a team, huh? Donna and Harvey. This is how they will be remembered.
Thank you for letting me speak. My son-in-law, Dan Markell, was a fine and decent man. He was well educated and passionate about his career. He was a good son-in-law.
Yeah, I think I remember reading that in one of your emails to Wendy. Wendy, are you sure you want to get divorced from this guy? He is a fine and passionate man. Not to mention great legal mind.
But more importantly, he was a caring and loving father. On July 18th, 2014, his car was followed, leaving his home. It should have been just like any other day, an ordinary day in the life of Ben and Lincoln's father, but it wasn't. He didn't know when he left his boys off at daycare that would be the last time he would see them, and the last time they would see him. He didn't know when he went to the gym afterwards that would be the last time he would exercise. And he didn't know when he drove home that his life would end within minutes.
And when he farted in the car, he didn't know that that would be the last time that he would fart in a car. You know, people always focus on the glamorous moments, don't they? The exercise, seeing your two boys. He farted in the car, and that was the last time he would ever get to do that.
Danny wasn't just being followed, he was being hunted. He was brutally murdered in broad daylight, sitting in his car, in his garage, by vicious killers. I cannot imagine the terror he felt when he saw a gun pointed at him through the window of his car. I cannot conceive of his heroic efforts to stay alive during the hours after the attack. Danny died in the early morning hours of July 19th. His death is a loss to his children, his parents, his sister, all of us in his family, his friends, his colleagues in the legal community, and to his students at FSU Law School. Danny's boys each have a photo of themselves with their Abba, their dad, beside their beds. They grew up kissing. My grandsons were going to grow up without the father who loved them. I wondered, how could we help these boys through this trauma? It was then that my husband and I knew that the best way to honor Danny's memory would be to share with these children an abundance of love, the love that Danny would have given them if he were alive. It is interesting how the state can't make up its mind about who is what they call the, quote, mastermind behind this murder. In both of Catherine Magbanowa's trials, the state claimed she was the mastermind behind Danny's murder. In my son Charlie Adelson's trial, they claimed he was the mastermind. And now in my trial, they claimed that I, this grandma, was the mastermind behind the murder. I had...
How did she think that this was going to do her the slightest favor? You know, Charlie's allocution, if you want to call it that, I don't know, more of just a statement. But, you know, he just said, I maintain my innocence, right? Now, there wasn't any, what is the word? Remorse there either. No acknowledgement of wrongdoing or acceptance of the truth. But he didn't, you know, it was short. So Donna's really using the time to stamp into our minds the lack of culpability that she feels for this heinous crime.
No idea that other people planned to cut Danny's life short. And the people who did this are exactly where they deserve to be. But I had no knowledge that this horrible, evil act was going to take place. If I had become aware of this plan before Danny was murdered, I would have stopped it. With not one iota of actual evidence, the state convinced a Tallahassee jury that I solicited and conspired with other people to have Danny killed. Where is the evidence prior to the murder? The evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that the state needed to prove their case. Where is the evidence before July 18th, 2014 at 10:50 in the morning?
Before you continue, Mrs. Adelson, as it relates to this statement, is the defense trying to re-argue the trial?
No, Judge, just giving Adelson an opportunity to be heard.
Are they quibbling again? Are they quibbling about the trial? She's trying to give this sort of, you know, I don't know, enunciated, kind of theatrical delivery, and, you know, the judge is like, I think you might be quibbling.
Mrs. Adelson, you certainly can continue. However, the court can take into consideration the utter lack of remorse that you are displaying. Please proceed if you desire to do so.
Ah, that's sharp, isn't it? Fucking hell. I'm kind of surprised that he even went there. That was like a really almost personal, you know? The utter lack of remorse.
Where is the evidence before July 18th, 2014 at 10:50 a.m. that revealed that I had any involvement in this vile and horrific act? Where is the solicitation?
I love how you can tell the words that she's underlined on the notes. You know, any. Where is the evidence that I had any involvement prior to the murder?
And conspiracy evidence. The state needed to show that there was evidence before the murder to convict me. The state couldn't show that because there wasn't any evidence. They were trying an innocent person. It makes you wonder if the jurors were sleeping when the state had Sergeant Corbett on the stand for hours. Their own star witness testified that my phone was never, I repeat, never at my son's house on the night of the murder. The state's theory that my husband and I dropped off money to my son was blown out of the water by their own witness. And yet, the state continued to push that story, that lie of the so-called money drop to the jury through the remainder of the trial. And the jury bought into it, hook, line, and sinker. Reasonable doubt. Many months ago, my attorneys filed a motion for a change of venue. An expert witness testified that Tallahassee had been barraged with over 9 years of negative social media, printed news, television news, and podcast publicity about my family. He explained to the court, both with evidence and demonstratives, that for me to receive a fair trial, it needed to be held in any of the researched and designated areas in the state of Florida other than Tallahassee. All I wanted was a level playing field, but the court wanted the trial here in the hotbed of Tallahassee. I sat through 3 days of jury selection. 180 potential jurors were asked if they had developed an opinion in my case. Those that answered yes also added, I believe she is guilty. Not one person, not one, said, I think she may be innocent. That should have been a clue to the court to grant our motion for a change of venue, but the court denied the motion. One of my jurors admitted during jury selection that she had background information concerning what one of the state's witnesses would be testifying about. Why was she allowed to be on my jury?
What moment?
Another juror.
Mrs. Fulford,
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Mr. Zellman, again, this has nothing to do with elocution of any sort. This is a raising of grievances which are properly given to the appellate court. What does any of this have to do with sentencing?
Could I have just one moment, please?
He's bewildered. Yep. They need a change of venue, that's what they need. Then maybe she'll be permitted to read her speech. Not fair, it's unequal.
Turn that phone off or step out.
It's Harvey Adelson. Yeah, I saw the brown jacket, and he comes back in, tucking it into his pocket. Can you believe that? And he's got that ringer, that old-fashioned phone ringer. That's not fun anymore, you know? Just trust Apple. They'll put something on and it'll be acceptable. Custom ringers, that's such a fucking 2003 thing to do, isn't it? I remember like phone plan packages where part of the deal was 25 custom ringtones. Ooh, and we were all impressed. Donna's pity party.
Please.
Pity pickles.
What happened to Danny is unforgivable. But I am an innocent woman convicted of this terrible crime without evidence. Danny was a brilliant legal scholar. He would have been appalled at the total lack of justice that went on during my trial.
Whoa. I didn't hear that one earlier. Danny was a brilliant legal scholar. He would have been appalled at the total lack of, what was it? Whatever. Lack of justice at my trial. In my trial for murdering him, if he'd have been here, which he can't because he's been murdered, which is why we're here. But if he had, absolutely appalled. He'd have stormed out. Sounds like the plot to a great, sort of early 70s time travel fiction, science fiction.
He would have been embarrassed to have his name associated with any of it. There are two crimes here. The first was Danny being viciously murdered. The second one is taking my life, the life of an innocent woman. Convicting me should not be retribution for Danny's death. That is not justice for Dan. I've always respected the law. I've never gotten a parking ticket, but I'm going to prison for a murder I did not commit.
Yeah, so you might as well have parked anywhere, really. You could have had, 60 years of parking with total abandonment, because in the end, it didn't matter.
I do intend to file an appeal so that hopefully I have the opportunity to be given a fair trial outside of Tallahassee. 11 years ago, Danny was murdered and taken from all of us who loved him. For the past 9.5
It's like those people that are exercise fanatics, right? Exercise fanatics, eat right, total commitment to perfect health, even at the cost of pleasures, and then have a heart attack at 30. It does happen, right? I just think in those final seconds as they fall crashing to the floor, whether or not they wish, I could have had all the drugs, alcohol, cheeseburgers, and risky sex my entire life and still be dead now.
years, the state has broadcast to the world, including Danny's parents and sister, that I hired hitmen to kill him. Never in a million years would I have wanted Danny to be harmed or killed, nor could I ever do something.
Okay, never in a million years, I've decided, is not just a sort of Adelson trope, but it's their combined tell, right? Every time that it's used is not a truthful statement. It's never been used when they say something true and verified. It's their tell. It's their combined, collective tell.
That would leave these two small boys to grow up without him. I love these boys more than life itself. This is a lifetime of loss for these children. They didn't deserve this. His family didn't deserve this. Danny didn't deserve this. And so, as I appear before you today, Your Honor, I promise you with my whole heart, I swear to you on my life, I was not involved in any way with Danny's murder. I was not.
Defense have any further argument to make?
Yes, Judge.
Is it Jackie's turn?
Judge, before Ms. Fulton makes the argument, I want to address the comment that the court made a few moments ago concerning considering lack of remorse in fashioning a sentence. In Shepherd v. State 227 Southern 3rd.
Yeah. Sit down, boy.
For you, I will.
Yes, please.
We'll take a 10-minute break.
Yeah. Come on, Jackie.
Friends.
Yes. The grounds are, one is non-statutory, and that's disparity was also brought out in the testimony.
The judge with reasons to impose a sentence less than the maximum besides his claimed innocence. But he instead chose to make a lengthy statement claiming innocence, denying responsibility, and placing blame for his conviction on the alleged misconduct of others. The trial court was under no obligation to ignore such statements and did not err in considering those statements and imposing the legal sentence here. Do you have anything that distinguishes Davis in any way?
As I said, Your Honor, Davis was not a capital case.
Very well. Any other argument or evidence the defense wishes to present?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Please move forward.
Your Honor, we're aware that in count one, the court has no choice but to sentence Mrs. Adelson to life for the first-degree murder charge. We are going to request a downward departure as to counts 2 and counts 3, the solicitation and the conspiracy counts.
What are the grounds?
Pardon me?
What are the grounds?
Yes. The grounds are, one is non-statutory, and that's disparity in the treatment between co-defendants. And the second reason is statutory, and it is Florida Statute 921.00262B. The defendant was an accomplice to the offense and was a relatively minor participant in the criminal conduct.
The evidence in support of sub B would be the trial record, or do you have something more specific?
For 4B, we're going to rely on the trial record with respect to the conduct of Mrs. Adelson, and we would ask the court to take judicial notice. Your Honor did preside over Charlie Adelson's trial, and the evidence regarding the other co-defendants' activities or participation was also brought out in the testimony in the trial of Mrs. Adelson, so we'd rely on that record, Judge.
How long does she
Ms.
talk?
Kaplan.
Because I might not have time. Maybe I should shut it off. Well, where is her speech, for fuck's sake? We did cover the whole thing earlier. Oh, here we go. Is this it?
Motorcycles and cars, but he knew what he was waiting for. Mr. Markell did not. He had no clue that these men were outside in a car just waiting for him to go to a place where they could shoot and kill him. And they waited until he exercised. They watched him get back into his vehicle, and then, like hunters, traveled and followed all of this time period straight to his home. And there was no hesitation. He knew exactly what they were going to do. Without any hesitation.
Well, the argument that has been presented, the court has reviewed its notes of the trial. and will rule on the issue of downward departure at this point.
Okay, he's going to rule on the issue of downward departure, which is quite funny. Yeah, we could give you less time. We want to give you the max. Yeah, I guess we're just going to watch Donna's face as she has the sentence read out, and then it's lights out for us and you.
Florida Supreme Court has a two-part test concerning whether a downward departure should be granted or could be granted by the trial court. The first is whether the trial court can impose a downward departure sentence based on a valid legal ground proven by a preponderance of the evidence. The second step is whether the trial court decides whether it should impose the downward departure based on the totality of the circumstances. As to both the non-statutory grounds that have been argued and the grounds contained within Section 921.0026, subsection 2, subsection B. In reviewing the trial court's notes, what has been argued by both the defense and also as well the court's relying on the record itself, court will find that there is a ground for non-statutory downward departure, but it declines to exercise its discretion. As to the statutory ground, I will find that both the defendant was an accomplice to the offense and a relative minor participant in the criminal conduct. I will find that has not been proven, but in addition to, the court would still decline to exercise its discretion. As to the sentence in this matter, Ms. Adelson, please rise. Level of planning and coordination to bring the murder of Professor Markell to fruition was significant in this case. These were not crimes of chance or opportunity, and these crimes also required you to conspire with your son and others. You certainly can choose to deny your involvement and maintain innocence. The court finds the evidence in this case is clear. You will be sentenced accordingly this afternoon. The jury has found you guilty on charges of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and solicitation to commit first-degree murder, and the court previously adjudicated you guilty as to these same charges on September 4th of this year. On count 1 of the indictment for first-degree murder, you are hereby sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole or release pursuant to sections 782.04 and 775.082 sub 1 sub A Florida statutes. On count 2 of the indictment, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, you are hereby sentenced to 30 years in the Department of Corrections that will run consecutive to count 1. The court will also sentence you to 30 years in the Department of Corrections on count 3. Counts 2 and 3 are to run concurrent with each other, but consecutive to count 1. As to the fees and costs, the clerk can please announce those at this time.
$2,100 as a fine pursuant to section 775.083, $105 as the 5% surcharge required by section 938.04, $20 as the court cost pursuant to section 938.06, crime stopping trust fund, $3 as a court cost pursuant to section 938.01, subsection 1, criminal justice trust fund, $50 pursuant to section 938.03, crimes compensation trust fund, $225 pursuant to section 938.05, local government criminal justice trust fund, $2 as a court cost pursuant to section 938.15, county criminal justice education, $50 as a court cost pursuant to section 775.083, subsection 2, county crime prevention, $65 as a court cost pursuant to section 939.185, county additional court costs, and $3 as a court cost pursuant to section 938.19, teen court assessment.
Is there any lawful objection by the defense to these assessments?
No, Your Honor.
They will be assessed at this time. The cost of prosecution, the court will reserve jurisdiction on to determine for 60 days. If a hearing needs to take place concerning this matter, that will take place at a future time. As the defense's request for the court to make a recommendation to the Department of Corrections to place Mrs. Adelson in a facility near Miami-Dade County, I have no problem making this recommendation. The Department of Corrections will have the final say because this is an administrative matter. I will also recommend to the department that Mrs. Adelson is not to be placed in any unit or facility that would also house Catherine McVanawa. The court did previously award to the state, based on the September 17th, 2024 continuance of the trial, costs that were related to that. Ms. Kappelman, part of what you're seeking to pursue, is that included within that, or is that a separate number?
Are you speaking of the costs that were ordered in Charlie Adelson's trial?
No. The day Daniel Rashbaum withdrew.
Look at that watch on Mr. Worldwide. You can probably set that thing to 6 different time zones for his travel. It's probably a $25,000 watch. This guy, he really loves the bling. A little scruffy, though.
From the case, and the trial had to be continued.
Okay.
All costs related to moving witnesses and other matters.
Yes, sir. I don't know the answer to that, but I'll make sure that they're only in there once.
Very well. The defendant is to be fingerprinted, 30 days to appeal. Please file the appeal promptly.
Your Honor, may I approach the clerk? We have put the, I have written on the letters that I had, so we
We're
put
done,
a positive
Jackie.
motion.
We're done.
Mrs. Koppelman has no objection. After.
Please place the sticker.
Approach the fucking clerk. You pay $50 to the clerk for the costs. I don't know why they bother with that. We're talking about $723,000, the cost of prosecution that I presume Harvey has to pay. That'll be a fun check to write.
From them so that way they can be admitted.
No objection.
We are in recess.
We're in recess. Donna's in recess. Forever. Leon County Detention Center. Well, that about wraps us up for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with a new show, a better show, an even better show. Yeah. Okay, no, thanks to everybody for showing up. Have a safe drive home. Come again. Thanks to the chatters, the super chatters, the moderators, and everybody else. Good to see everybody. Good to see you, Donna. Yeah, I guess we'll keep an eye on things as we move forward. There'll be notices of appeal, and transfer logs, maybe even some transport body cam. I wonder what physical ailment, medical problems you'll be having this time. On the way down to Lowell. Tune in to find out. Yeah. We got to think of something to do. So glad to get away from this, though. Some other case. I feel like we should do a classic. Still got to do that Chandler Halderson extension. It's going to take me a little bit of time, though. Okay. I think something brand new. Brand new for the channel, not brand new in chronology. Something old. Not too old. Something great. Something Jacksonville. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling something in Jacksonville. Duval County. That's where we're going next, I think. Yeah, okay. We gotta go. Have a good time, folks. See you later.